Well, hello everyone. The Ontario Gardener here, back with another Chinese New Year update automation tutorial. And today we are tackling mandarins. Now, I will say that this is the fourth iteration of this video. This is the only one obviously that you're seeing now, but there's 4 iterations of it because prior to recording this, after I recorded the old one, there was a hotfix that now fixed a visual bug, because before it bugged you couldn't see mandarins in prep stations. But the bigger bug, or well, hot fix, is that you can only put slices of 1 inside prep stations. You can't put 2, 3, or 4. And it's funny because I had a big setup here. If you guys want to see it, I'll repost it. I had a setup here that automated these 100% going into slots of 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now that doesn't work and it's broken. So there you go. But anyway, you may say here, well, why do you need this extra down here? Well, we'll demonstrate real quick why I have this set up like this. Basically, let's use my mouse here. You have your Mandarin tree going to a grabber. This doesn't have to point into this. It can point any way it wants. Just don't point it into this, obviously. And you have a portioner. The portioner will portion off 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will continue to portion until you have 4 slices. That's just the way this portioner action works with mandarins. I actually kind of like it that it's a little bit different than your typical. It'll portion 1 piece and that's it, because the mandarins can be multiplied. Basically, you have 1, you could add another one, another one, another one, until you have 4 slices. And so I have one smart grabber here using 1 slice, and that'll go into a prep station. Like I said before, you can only put slices of 1 in prep stations, and then anything else will go into the jiggle bin, or a compactor bin, if you will. So I'm going to show you why I don't like this method. Just watch. Because the first one, this is irrelevant, because for one, these two alternate. And the second reason is because the way grabbers work. You may say, well, there was a single one here. Yeah, but the issue with grabbers is grabbers have a slower speed than portioners do. It's just a fact. You can say it doesn't, but it does. So what ends up happening here is anytime there's something on this conveyor belt, this grabber, no matter what it is, this will continue to portion, and until this is completely clear. It's not like if it's in motion, another one will go on top of it. It doesn't work that way when you're dealing with mandarins. So that's why it'll always want to feed into this one first, because of the way it's set up. It'll alternate back and forth. So as you see here, if I start taking these slices out of here, watch what's going to happen. That one's going to go, and then the second one's going to go right into 2, and then you're stuck with 3. And as I said before, well, I kind of said, is you cannot, since you can pick up 1 at a time, you can put 1 back. So if you're having a prep station and the prep station is not full, you'll have to put this on a counter somewhere in order to make a portion of more than 1. And if it's full up, well, then you can, because 2s don't go in, 3s don't go in, 4s don't go in. You can't put that into a prep station. But if you have 1s of 1 and you need to have, obviously you're serving portions of 2 or 4, you can't do it until this is 100% full. See, I can't do it. It won't let me pick this up or combine it, because you can put 1 slice back into the prep station. So that's why we're going to go my method, the Ontario way. And again, there is a debate out there whether mandarins are better to automate or do manually. Unless you can, in my opinion, unless you can set this setup, you can make this setup exactly how I have it here. Doing it manually is better. It just is, because you can portion off as many as you want at a time. It isn't very slow. So what you're going to see here is the corner grabber will always grab first. Why? I don't know. It does. But as you can see, we were getting 2 slots out of this. We're portioning 1 out, and because there's 1 on this one and there's not on this one, it'll portion into here. Now we're starting to back up, so it'll do what I described to before. You eventually will start getting backed up. But if you have a prep station that's full, you can start portioning off of 1 prep station, because one of them will typically always be full. And if one for some reason isn't full, you can make it full. Well, you can't do slices of 3. You can take it off like that. And again, you can make 1 full. There's 2, and you're serving it, right? Double tap. You gotta wait for it to come in, or you can swap to the other one. Like, it's very, very simple. As long as the one in your hand is going to one that's full, it will let you combine them. And like I said, I'm just trying to combine these as quick as possible to see if there's another order of 4. So here I'm a bit stuck, right? So here I'm waiting, but again, you're waiting less than 5 seconds. And unless you are serving that many customers that are ordering all 4 banger oranges or 4 banger, plates of mandarins, which they will not be. Even if you have 20 groups, they're not going to be all in the restaurant at one time. So remember, you're only serving as many customers as you have at one time. So this method here, you may say, oh, it's too slow, it won't work. Trust me, this is the best method if you want to have a full automation. If you want to go a step further, have 3 prep stations. Have another one of these setups literally right after this one going over this way. Just do the same thing. You don't have to have a smart grabber. It could be a regular grabber here going to another prep station. You can repeat this as much as you want, and these will fill up before this will back up. Because the way the portioner works, as I said before, is it will continue to portion things until it has a full stack or a full set of 4. If you take this away, guess what? The first one's going to go right back to where you think it would go. All right, guys. We're going to end it here. Short and sweet today. You may disagree with this method in saying, well, no, just use one grabber, one this and this. And you know what? You're welcome to do that. But if you want a virtually zero downtime method to do this. And if anything, double up on these. If you're serving that many mandarins for some odd reason, double up on this and you can have another prep station. Or if you have frozen prep stations, even better. It doesn't really help, honestly, because of how quick the mandarins portion off. There's no cooking involved. There's no chopping. They portion off very, very quickly. So you virtually don't need frozen preps for these. Honestly, it'll fill up before your first customer is in the door. These will be full. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment. Do you agree with my method of automation? Would you do it a different way? Please leave in the comment below how you would do it to where it's going to be virtually 100% fail-safe where it doesn't back up or you don't have downtime. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me once again. If you're enjoying this series as well as the other videos on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out. And I'll catch you guys in the next Chinese New Year automation tutorial. Take care now.